Okay guys, so today we're going to be making a cheeseburger casserole. This is a keto meal basically that we will have as a family, and then we'll have veggies or salad on the side, and or my husband can have, you know, bread or grains or whatnot. My kids can too. But anyway, let's show you what's in it. So I'm going to be using 1 pound of the ground beef. I'm going to cut up a little bit of onion. This onion is going to get chopped up for many different meals that I'm making today, but I'll be chopping that up. I'll be chopping up some mushroom. This I just thought of at the last minute because I had bought them and I didn't use them, so it's not necessarily, you know, you don't have to have it in the recipe, but it's good if you just have some extra veggies you want to throw in. Same thing with this pepper. I'll be using this for a different recipe, but if you go in your drawer and you find some veggies that are just, you know, low carb and easy to chop up and put in there, just go ahead and do that. I'll be throwing in some bacon, so 1 pound of bacon. We'll be using 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. This is actually 2 cups. I'll use 1 can of the tomato paste. I'm probably going to use about, let's say, 8 ounces of this Colby Jack cheese just to top it off. We'll be using dill pickles, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, some optional ingredients are some Worcestershire sauce and some garlic. As you're browning up the meat, you can add this to your meat so you kind of have a little bit more flavor, but I'll just be seasoning it with salt and pepper, and yeah. Also not pictured here are the eggs we're going to be using. I'm going to use about 6 eggs. You can use up to 8 eggs if you'd like. Just kind of put them in a bowl, we'll mix them up, and that'll be sort of our base. Optional ingredients are Worcestershire sauce and garlic, and you can also just put that in with the meat as you brown it. So let's get started. Okay, so we have all of our vegetables chopped up, and we have our bacon on our baking sheet. We'll be putting this in a preheated oven at about 400 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. We have our mushrooms here. We have some bell pepper. Those are the ones that I found at the last minute. We have onion, celery, and then the celery I bought a huge pack from Trader Joe's. It was going bad, so I just cut up the rest into stalks, and I'm going to be putting it in water and covering them up for the week for snacking. So let's get started on our bacon and our ground beef, and we'll go from there. So we're browning up our bacon at the same time that we're browning up our meat, just to save some time. Half of this meat will be for a different recipe. It's going to be just for taco meat for the week, but the other half will be the cheeseburger casserole. We're just going to add some salt, pepper, and some garlic and onion, and then get it nice and brown. Okay, so the meat is browned. I'm going to put half of this in the casserole dish, and the other half I'm going to keep in the pan and season it for some taco meat for the week. But yeah, I'm going to put this in a casserole dish, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so you want to spread out the meat at the bottom of the casserole dish, and we're going to make our filling, but let's check on our bacon and make sure it's doing well. We want the bacon to be nice and browned up. That will be added and incorporated in here before we put in our filling. The bacon is doing well. We want it to be a little bit more crispy than that, and we probably have about 5 more minutes. Bacon is ready. Now this bacon will be good for breakfast as well as this cheeseburger casserole. So I definitely want to make sure that I split it and divide it. Okay, so I cut up some dill pickle chips. I like to have them in bite-sized pieces. I'm going to be mixing them in here. I'm also going to be crumbling up my bacon as it cools and put it in here as well. Mix it all in, and then I'm going to put in the sauce. Now that sauce is looking real good. So I definitely want to incorporate all of the bacon and all of the pickles so you get a bite in each bite of the casserole. After I'm done mixing it, I'm going to make it flat again so I can add the sauce, and then I'll top it with cheese, and we'll be ready to bake it on 350 degrees for about, I'd say about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes until the cheese is melted. Okay, so now we're just going to top with some cheese. Remember, this cheese was actually frozen. I had it for a couple weeks. I'm just gonna top it with some cheese so you can get it nice and bubbly brown. And then you bake it for about 10-15 minutes on 350 and your casserole is done. Now I'm going to cut this up into 8 pieces, so this will be enough for 8 different servings, 8 different meals. Again, we'll be having this with a side salad or vegetables, but yeah, this is a casserole for the whole family and it has about 8 servings. Okay, so this is the final product. This is the cheeseburger casserole. Again, this will make 8 servings for us. And it came out really good, looking delicious, juicy, and yeah, serve it up with some vegetables or some salad on the side, and you're good to go. If you like keto recipes like this or casserole recipes, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.